Hey guys, it's Lauren here. I'm so happy to be here today sharing with you a layout I have created as part of the Hip Kit Club design team. Now the team challenged me to do a mood board inspired layout and also try to incorporate some punches. So I'm going to sort of fiddle around here a little because I pulled all these things out, looking at the mood board and looking at what I had and obviously looking at my photo, and I had no idea what I was doing. There was no ideas floating around. I just sat. I had an empty desk, which is rare, mind you. It's usually full of stuff, but I had an empty desk and I just pulled out these things and thought I'm just going to go with it and see what happens. So you'll see me kind of having some thinking moments, just looking at things. See, here I am, just, what am I going to do? I'm just going to punch some things to try and make myself feel like I'm productive. Now, I'm using some favourite punches of mine, which if I'm ever challenged to do a layout using punches, I'm always going to pull these ones out. And I've got a little scalloped edge there, and I've got a beautiful heart one there, which I actually don't end up using, unfortunately. And I also have another little border punch there that looks as though it's been torn out of a notepad, which is a nice one. It's a little bit of a twist on a tag, and I think I'm always looking for interesting ways to, make edges on things that are a little bit different. This scallop, good old classic scallop, never fails. And I thought I'm just going to play around with my background here. I think sometimes when I don't have any direction on a layout, I tend to like to start paper piecing, and that's just playing with my pattern papers and playing with my punches and things like that. There's that really great punch. And just sort of piecing it out. And I tend to find that I end up building backgrounds more. So you'll see me here. I'm just having a fun time playing with paper. I've got this gorgeous photo here of my 3 children, and we went up to Queensland in November last year and had a holiday where we took the kids to some theme parks, and Movie World was one of them. We had a great day there. I went on a really scary roller coaster. My son, my beautiful tall son there, who's my middle son, he's a bit of a daredevil. He'll give anything a go. And I looked at this roller coaster and I thought, it doesn't look too bad. There was no loops, no upside down moments. I thought I could probably do that with him. So on we went, and we'd been on another one that I thought that was fine. I can handle another one, and I'd weighed it up. There was no circles. I thought I'm going to be okay, and my son and I were sitting next to each other, and then as we're sort of going up the top, I thought, this is going to be worse than I thought. When there's no loops, there's usually something else. There's usually something else. Well, this roller coaster took off. It flew. It was going that fast. And when I get anxious or the adrenaline starts pumping or I get scared, my default, this is a really strange default, is to laugh. But it's actually not funny. I'm actually petrified. And this entire roller coaster ride, what everyone else thought was having a great time, I was actually petrified, laughing so hard that tears were running out of my face. My son and I looked at each other at the end of it and thought, we are never doing that again. That was just terrible. But yes, to any person looking over, it looks like Lauren was having a nice time, but no, Lauren was petrified. So I'm going to be very cautious of those roller coasters in the future where there's no circles. I'm probably better off going upside down for a short amount of time, but not going so fast, because I thought death was imminent, I thought. Anyway, there's my roller coaster story. So as you can see, whilst I've been blabbering on about my roller coaster experiences and my fear responses, I did a little bit of, I guess you can't really call it fussy cutting when I've used my trimmer and I'm only cutting straight lines, but I've just cut out of that beautiful Pink Fresh Studio paper these gorgeous little intricate kind of tile feature there, and I just sort of want to randomly pop them round. No rhyme or reason, just where I think it looks good. That's it. and you'll see me fiddle around. I use this wet glue. It seems to be my favourite at the moment because I've got a little window of time to reposition things. It dries clear. So if I'm putting something down and then you'll see me shortly, I put my photo over it and then I end up moving, just wiggling some of these tiles off to the side a little because they're not quite in the right position for the photo. So that glue, which, hang on, let me see if I can find it. It is a Tombow Mono Liquid Glue Multi XL, and it has two tip ends. It has a broad end and a thin tip end, which I find I've not used the broad tip, I just use a thin tip. So as you can see here, my photo was on there, and in a second you'll see me moving those tiles around. So I find that glue really good. And so I've just as you can see, I've just layered up some layers under my photo, and I've put a little bit of foam tape down there, and I'm just going to piece out where I think I want these embellishments. Now, once again, as you can see, there's no rhyme or reason. These are Carta Bella chipboard accents or chipboard phrases, as it says there, and the adhesive on them was a little bit forgiving, so you'll see me later I go and put my wet glue on the backs of those, but it was actually really good because I could sit things out, not push them down, just sort of sit them there gently, and they weren't going to adhere. As you can see, they're moving around easily. Sometimes when you get these chipboard phrases, you can actually pop them out with the backing on and sit them around. But these ones, they just came off really easy. But I knew, although they are adhesive, I knew I'm going to need to add some extra adhesive on there just to make sure it stays together and is durable enough to sort of last the years that it will be sitting in my albums and people will be flicking through them and things like that. So here I am, I'm just using these chipboard phrases and I'm just piecing out little embellishments here and there and just sort of having fun with that. And I knew I was needing to, before adhering everything down, I needed to have a bit of a think about a title. This font here from the new Pink Fresh Studio collection is absolutely stunning. Can you not wish for a better scripty font? And even on top of all that, it's puffy and scripty, and Pink Fresh Studio, that combo is set up for success, isn't it? So this would have to be probably one of my most favourite collections, and I find sometimes, there you go, see me just squishing things and moving them around. That's the beauty of that glue. It just allows everything to be a little bit repositionable, should I say. So this beautiful collection would be fast coming one of my favourites, and I find that when I see a collection like this and it is my super favourite, there is a little bit of pressure in creating beautiful layouts with it. I find that I think, my goodness, the next collection will come out and I'll be working with that, and I really want to just make this collection as beautiful as I see it in its product form, and so there's a little bit of pressure there, but I think so far so good. But yeah, we'll see how we go on the next few layouts. I know that I've been a bit quiet on YouTube at the moment, but I've really been having some fun just creating with when you're making videos, we'll have a little honest moment. When you're making videos, you do scrapbook differently. You scrapbook as though you want to complete a layout. So I don't start or stop when I start videoing. I finish that layout in that time. And you also, you're always thinking about the camera, and although you can see that I've gone a bit whoopsie and I'm making you turn your head to the side, but I am thinking always, is the layout in frames? That might mean I have to sort of scrapbook up higher on my desk, and things just, I'm just really mindful of it, and I just needed a bit of time to not be mindful of anything but creativity. And so I've made some really beautiful layouts. And I think what I will do is do a video where I'm just sharing with you what I've created over this little bit of time. I've even really enjoyed playing with my art journal. So I've done some art journal layouts, and I've also done some layouts with my gel press. So I'll share a video with you soon where I talk through and share those layouts. But I just needed that time for me. So yeah, if you've not heard of the Hip Kit Club, it's a great kit subscription club that you can, each month you get a beautiful kit delivered to your door, and you have the bonuses of adding additional kits on that coordinate with the main kit each month. So you can subscribe to the main kit, and then there are other kits, which are the embellishment kit, the Project Life kit, the cardstock kit, all the colour kit, which is always a favourite, the colour kit, and you can add those on to your main subscription each month. So if you're interested in getting a beautiful box of goodies on your doorstep each month, I encourage you to check out the Hip Kit Club, and all those details are in the description below. So here I am, I'm just finishing off with some journaling, and I was just having fun putting journaling in random holes. As you can see, I've placed the embellishments in random spots as well, and it's really come together as a full layout, doing some paper piecing, which always fills my heart and gives me some, therapeutic joy. And there you have it, a nice memory documented with beautiful, beautiful products. So I'll be back again soon with another layout. Take care, guys. Bye.